Hey guys, it's Inside Bull, Dobbo and Kev, and Kratzmann Caravan, their Super Centre and RV Centre out there at Burpengary on the Bruce Highway. The best in the business.
Oh, huge centre too, Dobbo.
Mate, they had sales leading up into financial year sale, but you know what they did? They said, you know what? If you're an Inside Bull listener and you go out and say that, we'll do a deal for you. So, all I want to tell you is go out to Kratzmann Caravan. If you want brand new, second-hand RV caravan, mate, it's all there. It's their Super Centre. It's the best in the business. And all you need to do is go out and see them, say you listen to Inside Ball, and you know what? Your trip around Australia, up the coast, down the coast, it's all there.
Oh,
go
it's all
and
in
see
luxury
them.
too.
Yeah, it's luxury.
They're beautiful vans.
Mate, beautiful vans. Can't recommend them enough. Go and see them. Kratzmann's Caravans, their RV and Super Centre sale is happening all the time. They don't worry about the financial. It's all year round. Deals, 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 and more deals. Go and see them. Hello and welcome to our review of round 22. Inside Ball, Kevin Walters, Ben Dobbin with you. What a round. But before we start, we've got to talk about the really sad news that came through yesterday, that one of Queensland's greats, and I mean that on and off the field, Sam Backo passed away yesterday morning, surrounded by family in Cairns. He had a bacterial skin infection and that he'd been in intensive care. An amazing career, in excess of 100 games at the Canberra Raiders, starting from 1983, and he finished his career with the Broncos in 89 and 90.
Yeah.
And
He started. I got did a bit this morning. Hi,
Kev.
Yeah. Hey, g'day, Dobbo. How are you, mate?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just it was pretty sad very sad last
Yeah.
night. Got the news came through, and I got on the blower to a few people who were played with Sam. Actually, both my brothers had obviously played with Sam at the Raiders and also at the Broncos.
Yeah.
And then Stephen was at the Raiders with him, and then Kerrod played here with him. Kerrod, and they both played Origin football with him as well, I think. So they both said, "What a great fella to pack into a scrum with." If there's,
Iconic.
Because Sam could hold him up as well.
Yeah.
He was,
But he loved the tin.
He loved the tin. Yeah, he liked having a beer. He was a great bloke on the field. Like gave his all. Very athletic, Sam. In that era, through that, he was very fit for a front rower. They used to knock out 80 minutes, mate. And I know he walked a bit there, but his workload was very good. Him and Lazarus, Brent Todd, all those Raiders middle forwards were fantastic. But Sam was just on the field, just a great fella to play with. Now off the field, equally as much fun. Like, I remember some nights with him and Peter Jackson. Like, both of them, God bless them, they both left us now, way too early. Sam was only 64 years old, Dobbo.
Unreal.
I know he had some heart problems a few years back, survived that. But, yeah, it's just really sad. And on the phone, I rang Wayne Bennett last night about him. I rang Kerrod, Stephen.
Yeah.
I was talking to Alfie about him. And
What did Wayne reckon about him?
Wayne loved coaching Sam Backo.
He would have, yeah.
Now, Wayne accelerated Sam's career, right? So when Wayne arrived in Canberra, Sam started his playing career in Brisbane at Brisbane Valleys.
Yep.
That was in 1980 to 82, right? Indigenous lad from Innisfail, Cairns, comes to Brisbane, and then he ends up at the Raiders, who are a new club. So that Raiders got in the competition in 82, and he had been there, 82, 83, and then Wayne and Don Ferner arrived at the Raiders, and Sam's career just accelerated.
Yeah.
In 2 years, he ended up playing for Queensland, State of Origin, and in a series wipeout of New South Wales. That was in 88. And then he played in the Ashes test against the English, which we're going over to take them on their ground, in October, November of this year. But they came out to Australia, and Sam is the only forward in test history against the English in Ashes tests to score a try in every test.
I heard that. I actually heard that stat yesterday.
Close to the line, he was nearly unstoppable.
I tell you what he could do. He could throw them as well if required. My memory is Daryl Eastlake, big Sam Backo, like slamming Sam. Like he was, mate, iconic. I mean, I look at front rowers back then, and I know you bring Lazo into it. I think Lazo's a different era. I look at Kerry Hemsley. I look at Sam Backo, Blocker.
Blocker was the other one I rang last night about Blocker. They toured together.
Blocker would have loved him, right?
Yeah, Blocker loved Sam. They roomed together, over in New Zealand. That was 89. And Blocker had a great story about So they used to sit at the back of the bus and try and pick which town they were in New Zealand. Because some of the, with all due respect to our Kiwi listeners,
hard to pronounce.
It's hard to pronounce, right? So Paul Sheridan, Blocker, Paul Sheridan and Sam had a little competition at the back of the bus who could pick which town they were driving into, right? So, and Tauranga, there's all different names, hard to pronounce. Yeah. And Sam wasn't going so well in this competition. He was none from three, right? So they pulled in the Aussie bus, and Sam goes, right, my turn, I got it. I know where we are. And Blocker and Sarah are going, well, righto, mate, where are we? What town are we in? He said, Tucky Owie. They've gone, Tucky Owie, what do you mean? He said, no, look, it's on the sign there, look. And they looked up, it was a takeaway sign. Takeaway fish and chips, you know.
He's just too
he
good.
was lovable, larrikin,
mate. It's
on the
really
field.
really sad that he passed away. 64, way too young. We salute you, Sam Backo. You'll be a Queensland legend, and I know the Raiders and the Broncos. If you're a Bronco, you're a Bronco. But the Raiders, like Ricky and all those blokes.
Yeah, no, one of his great mates at the Raiders, Ricky and Laurie, I spoke to Laurie this morning as well on radio, was Terry Regan, the great Terry Regan. You remember Regan?
Yeah, of course.
Right? So they were besties in Canberra. And Sam, this was into Christmas. This is a great story. And I've heard this one before. Some of you may have it, but Terry was telling me last night. So Terry used to have like a cleaning sort of mowing business, right? Yeah. And he had a truck with 100 of those, those sacks that used to throw all the stuff into, right? So it was getting close to maybe the day or two before Christmas. He said to Sam, come and give me a hand today, Sam. I'll give you 150 cash. Come and give me a hand. I've got a bit on. I need some help. Sam's gone, yeah, no worries. So he's picked Sam up in the truck, the two of them all day. They've got their work done, one house to get to. And, of course, everyone was leaving them beer. The old used to leave the Garbos a beer or six-pack or whatever. Sure. So they were having a couple of beers. Not many. Terry said he didn't have many, but Sam was enjoying himself.
Frothing them all
up. They gets up, and Sam's up ahead. They saw a police, like, DUI place. So they pulled into this side street down the right, and then up a bit further there was another policeman who was checking those that would turn, trying to avoid the booze bus. So they went down this cul-de-sac. It was a dead end. They pulled over and they what are we going to do now? And Terry looked over and there was this house, right? And it was a bit overgrown, So he thought, right, I've got this covered. So takes the mower off the back and the whipper stipper.
So they're full of drink.
They're not full of drink, but they've had a couple, right? And then they start mowing this bloke's yard. Yeah. And the bloke's come down from the yard. He said, hey, Terry, Sam, how you going? and Terry's gone, yeah, good. We're good, thanks, mate. Listen, if you don't mind, we're just going to, we know your yard's a bit overgrown. We're just going to do it, for a bit. There's a booze bus up there, and we're probably best if we just do a bit more work and then go home, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And the bloke said, yeah, no problems. He reached into his back pocket and pulled out his police badge and flipped down and said, you won't forget the back, will you, boys? So they did the yard and sobered up and then drove home. So no one got hurt. And just a great story from Terry, though. He had so many laughs to say about Sam, And,
I love it.
And, great family man as well. Yeah. He's got some kids who are quite good footballers as well. And just a terrific fellow.
We lost a good one.
It's a sad day.
We lost a good one.
Anyway, on to the footy, Dobbo.
Yeah, let's get into it. Sam Backo. Wow. Okay, last round 22.
Yeah, what a round, hey?
I'll get through the results and we'll pick through the thing. Storm started on Thursday night. They were lucky. I said Para were coming. I was big on Para.
You're getting better with your tips.
Yeah, and
they've been the big improvers, the Eels, but they've still only won 6 games for the year, Dobbo, at the moment. 6 from 19.
Yeah, they not. Let's the Storm obviously with a bit of work to be done. 16 points to 10. Hughes makes a huge difference, But let me just say, they're winning ugly. They're still winning. They sit at second of the comp, and they're still your pick at the moment.
They're still my pick for the premiership, But the more I see them play the way they're playing, the less sort of, I feel that they can do it. But I know they can, at their best. Yeah. I always look at teams at their best football. Who's going to be here? Because you expect them to be at their best.
We expect
at the right
that.
time of the year.
What's going on with the Warriors, mate? Dolphins win 20 points to 18. We tipped them. We tipped the Dolphins. Yep. But the Warriors losing James Fisher-Harris, Wade Egan, Metcalf. There's some key. Mitch Barnett. Yeah. You can't
No, you can't lose that
The
many.
comp's so close that when you take those big name players out of that
Yeah,
side,
they're under pressure now, the Warriors.
two middles, a hooker, and a
Yeah.
5'8", you're in trouble.
Yeah. Wade Egan will be back, won't he?
Yeah.
That was a concussion, or was it?
Yeah. Calf injury for Fisher Harris.
So he may be a week or two, but they need to win this week, and they are playing the Bulldogs. So that we'll get to that game on Thursday, but
Yeah.
that's a huge game for both.
What
clubs.
about Fins up?
Fins are up. Up they go. Up. And
Yeah.
except for Herbie's.
Poor old
is
Herbie.
down.
6 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
It's not off the bone. He will be back. Like 6 weeks is best case scenario, which would get him week 1 of the semis.
Yeah.
I think they make the 8. I still think they make the 8.
Well, they're all playing each other. Dolphins are playing Roosters.
So they got the Roosters this
You
weekend.
know, Cronulla's got the easiest run in, right?
So Cronulla could be in the top 4. When my predictor? But they play St George. Now that's
It's not a
get to
gimme,
that.
mate.
No, it's not a gimme. So I will get to that on Thursday when I start doing my crystal snowflakes.
This is getting tight.
I know.
We're coming down to the business end.
But you
It'd be good if we get some sponsors on board, Dobbo, for the business end.
Well, watch this space. Can I ask you this? Trey Fuller, do you put
Fullback and
hammer into the centres?
Tabby Ifido into the centres, yeah. That's a more balanced team. They have got some options though, but Herbie, wow, he ran for over 100 metres in that game before in 20 minutes.
10 line breaks. Can I say something? I know somebody that was hoping it was a bit longer. A Kangaroos coach. A Kangaroos coach was hoping, hang on, if he's going to be injured, stay injured, Herbert. We don't wish injuries upon anybody.
Well, how long did you say? 8 weeks?
Yeah.
No.
I know somebody that was like,
no, we don't do that,
season ending?
No, we don't do that here. We want the best players playing.
Yeah, we do. And look, he'll be back for... he's going to terrorise you blokes. He'll be back. He's going to terrorise you blokes over in England.
Oh, he's a good player.
He's elite. He's elite.
Yep.
They're 7 in Izzy Katoa. It is to me.
He was a bit quieter the other night.
But he's still there, mate.
Yeah, he's still
every
there.
week.
I get it.
Yep. 20 points to 18. Well done. Okay, Broncos, difference. No try.
Would you have him?
I had him, but
right.
No. Everybody was having a turn. Can I just say this now? You've been the biggest supporter of Reece, and I've been, I've asked you, mate, if that's Reece Walsh every week, mate, he's the best in the game. He was selfless. I mean, you knew from the start when he passed that ball back to Ezra to score that try, that, okay, if he normally, he takes it himself.
I disagree, but that's your opinion. He's never been a selfish player.
No, not selfish, that's the wrong word, but he'd normally try and do it himself. That was a really
try and do it himself. But him and Ezzy,
they're very close.
They're very tight, mate.
Yeah.
They're very tight. And
how well did Walsh play?
That was scary, but both of them. That was scary for the opposition. I know, but, let's keep it real. Like, South had, up to 13?
They had no 18th man.
Yeah.
Mate, so Humphreys comes there
so
showing signs. Yeah. Mamazoulis, they flew in, but they didn't have anyone. They did not have an 18th man.
No, they had to fly in Tyrone
Munro. Yeah, on Thursday night to play. Like, they are decimated. Now, the Spoon Bowl's on this Sunday. I'm down there covering that game.
Do you reckon that's a Spoon Bowl?
Well, it is. It's either Titans or South are going to get the Spoon. They're going to get the Spoon, one of those teams.
Right.
So that's the Spoon Bowl. We'll be covering that.
Mate,
wait, Thursday I'll give you all that.
Right.
But look, what did you like out of the Bronx?
Their patience in the first half. I thought, they were sort of playing a bit within themselves, but what was it, 18-8 at half-time? That try on half-time was a killer. I thought, well, look out, Broncos.
Yeah, I know.
But the second half...
they went on with it straight away. Cobbo was good. Cobbo was very good. He was very good.
He was always going to, Dobbo, and Mariner. Which club in the NRL can drop 2 wingers of the class of Karapani and Jesse Arthurs and then bring in equally 2 as good? They'd walk into most teams, those 2 players.
100%.
Cobbo is... Well, if he can get it right, Cobbo, he can be the difference.
No, the difference. I will talk about this. Well done to Renault, 2,500 points, breaks a record. Well done, mate. Well done to Ben Hunt.
He got 10 from 10, didn't he?
10 from 10, kicking unbelievably.
We should get him on the show again. It might have been because we had him on the potty a couple of weeks ago.
He's never kicked as well.
Right.
Never kicked as well, he said. He did kick them well. Can I ask you this? Well done to Honey, 200 games, 350. But I think it still looks clunky there.
The first half was a little
combination.
Yeah.
Honey's trying. It's not his natural spot.
Do you know what they need? They need a game like they're playing this week. They need one to find out. Well, their last 6 weeks has been pretty good, hasn't it?
Yeah.
but they've beaten the Titans twice, and
They beat the Warriors.
The game
they beat
against the
Sharks.
Warriors, the half got injured, went off, and so there's.
Para beat them by 2. Yeah,
the
benchmark's on Thursday night.
That's it.
That's where they're going to know.
And then
they've
got the Dolphins coming up as well.
Yeah, and the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys, who will probably be done by then.
But they'll get it. But, mate, Koh Samui, they're done.
You got them done.
They're done. They're done. Titans, Panthers. Okay, I'm going to confess this. It got the 24-0, right? Panthers are 24-0, half time.
Put your pad down, it's done.
I went out. I started playing with the boys out the front. They wanted to get the blowers out. I'm getting the blowers out. I come back in, and Amity starts laughing at me. She starts laughing. It's 26-24, and I'm like, no! I missed that whole half. I missed all the half of football, but I got to the best part. So I was lucky enough to see the Mitch Kenny pass to Cleary, that 40-metre 2-point field goal.
Let's go back a bit, though. Let's talk about the Penrith trainer.
Okay.
Right, well, you're going to try and skip over that.
Well, I don't think it's as much.
Me either, right? But I want our listeners and our viewers to send in what they think about it.
Gordy was rotten on it. Like, he was really upset about it.
There's some divided opinions.
Yeah. I didn't think...
I didn't think he did it on purpose.
No, and I didn't think it's as bad. Like,
and you can see him just walking back like that Telstra.
Yeah.
Like walking through. Oh, jeez. He's lining up a kick here. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
He was just going back. He just didn't think... Look,
now what's he? You're going to get a big fine.
Well, if you listen to Des, he'll get a breach. He'll get a breach.
Well, they have breached before. The Penrith trainers. I was talking about it with Greg Alexander, and on Saturday night, because when it just he didn't see it happen. And I showed him. He's gone. Oh, you can see there that he clearly doesn't mean to get in the way, but he is. So what do you reckon? 20K?
Well, that's what Buzz is insinuating. 25K. Right. But I mean,
and then what are they saying? He should have had be able to have the shot at goal again.
Maybe,
from
potentially.
In front.
Well, if that's the case, then that's a different scenario. They had some opportunities. I thought the Brian high shot on, and he got charged grade 1. Yeah. On Philip Sami, and Philip Sami put
his foot into touch.
I thought that should have been a try. Because
penalty try?
Yeah, because for me, and look, I understand the rule. I was like, okay, he was tackled, fouled, in the process of scoring a try. Yeah, so if he drops that ball over the line and doesn't go into touch, he's a penalty try.
Well, someone referred to it in the call. I think it was Vossi might have been about the 99 grand final.
Yeah, with Jamie Ainscough getting collared. Yeah.
So similar to that, but so a penalty try would have been awarded, and then they had the goal from in front,
and that changes the complexity of it.
Yeah, gee.
Put a strong point. Penrith. Cleary's field goal was phenomenal. The pass from Mitch Kenny, unbelievable, and he hit it so easily.
He ran backwards 20 metres,
and then iced it. Yeah, so they win in Golden Point. 8 wins. They are flying. They are 1 point out of the top 4.
You think they can make the top 4?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you think the Warriors will bounce out?
Yeah, and I think Penrith have, mate, to be last place after 12 rounds.
Yeah, but see, I've been in this position.
You reckon they could run out of steam?
Well, you can. Well, no, I'm not going to say Penrith. I'm not going to back again. But that's the worry, that they just run out of steam.
Well, they've got some hard. They've got the Dogs.
Mate, their run home and the Storm as well.
Yeah. I think they might even have Canberra as well in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got. We'll know where Penrith are at as well in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Their 10-point defensive is out the window now because they put 26 points on them in a half. But Desi, he'd be upset. What happened in that first half? This is what I don't understand.
Well, they weren't too bad, Dobbo. They got 2 tries from kicks.
Which it's 24-0 at half time.
2 tries from kicks and a runaway try. So McLean picked up a loose ball, and it was debatable too whether the Panthers knocked that on. So, to be fair, and there was one try there where Cleary set up Edwards. Yeah. That was not poor defence, but they earned that try. But the other ones were mostly from kicks. So sitting at half time, Desi would have been confident enough to say, well, hang on, we're not doing a whole lot wrong here, but we're so far behind. So he would have been confident enough at half time to say, get after this game. And they did. They went after it. And the Panthers, they lacked some discipline. They gave away penalties. They dropped the ball, which got the Titans good field position. And they were good enough to grab it, the Titans. They were good. Brimson, Jaden Campbell got a nice little intercept, similar to Renault's.
Yeah.
But he went away from the attack, whereas Renault, he was running towards him. Renault,
he
made it. He made it though, Renault. Sorry, brother. Yeah, you made it. That's all you got to do.
Hey, listen, next game I don't want to put too much on the Raiders getting beaten. I know they got beaten 18-12.
Well, it was a loss they needed to have, mate. A bit like Penrith, they should have.
But also, mate, the weather conditions.
Well, that everywhere in Sydney over the
mate,
weekend.
horrific.
Horrible.
So I'm just going to say Canberra, look, they're back this week. They take on Manly at GIO. That's the 8 o'clock game on Friday night.
It's a huge one.
Huge game. There's a lot of. I love this competition because those important games.
Next 5 weeks, mate.
Massive. We will know a little bit more after this week. But this game you covered, Fort Pines. How bad were the conditions at Fort Pines?
Oh, it was shocking.
Horrific. And you were there.
The rain was going sideways.
You were at the ground.
Yeah. And hats off to the crowd there, particularly in the outer on the hill. They stayed there for it. They didn't move. It was bucketing down. And then it'd stop and clear up and then 15, bang again.
Heavy rain.
Brian Fletcher, they had a game of touch at half-time of the main game. Brian Fletcher's Roosters took on, that was a celebrity game of touch. And there was not a drop of rain. So Brian Fletcher might have something to do with the gods up there, mate, I reckon. And as soon as they went off from the touch, Lane Beachley was in the... Manly side.
Away she goes again.
It just bucketed down.
Kratzmann's Caravan player on the move.
Mate, watching him live.
Is Sam Walker.
Yeah, they got 3 tries from kicks, and that was all. There was a sensational try that Crichton scored. Yeah. We might get Darcy
that little grubber kick, where he looked when he went to the left and then put one through.
No, he put a crossfield
kick. Yeah.
Right, and Tupou got it.
Unbelievable.
And then flicked it back inside and Crichton went through and scored. It was one of the great tries of the season. But Sam Walker's vision, and Ben often talks about his vision, his dad, and you could see it there. Like, he saw the space where, Tupou was. There was no Manly defence, and he couldn't pass it there because it was too long a pass. So bang, on the boot. That's great vision, great skill.
He's a phenomenal footballer.
Yeah, his short kicking game, I think him and Adam Reynolds are the two. He's getting up to Renault's standard consistently. Probably might even gone not past him, but equal with the way left foot, right foot close to the line. It's just amazing how he got such good control, and that's just from practice. And he loves, grew up with a ball in his hands around training fields and the like. So it's amazing. He's a very good player, and don't disregard the Roosters, mate. Don't for title contenders. See, I know they're 100 and what are they? I don't know what their odds are.
Stop it. Stop.
Middle forwards?
You been drinking this morning?
No, I haven't. I had a couple yesterday.
They're not going to win the comp this year.
Stop it.
I'm telling you now.
Right. Well, I don't say things too often.
You think they can win the comp?
I'm not saying they can win the competition, but they will cause some headaches.
No question.
For the bigger fancy teams.
They're 101 with the bookmakers to win the comp. They will cause
and
carnage.
The bookies rarely get it wrong, right? But they can cause. I think they can get through to the grand final.
Can I just say, I know you're passionate about things, and you get passionate. They are a team on the build next year with Cherry Evans. Yes, and look,
they can do it this year with Hugo Savala
and Sam Walker.
Look at their forwards. Lindsay Collins. They got
Nafahu White.
Off the bench, old mate. What's his name?
Carrigan. Yeah. They've got Victor Radley.
Radley's there.
Mate, Spencer Lenu. They've got a very good Blake Steep.
Nawanga Nitawase.
Yeah. Fiketti.
What about their fullback? What's his name again?
James Tedesco.
Oh, James Tedesco. How good is he going?
Yeah. Billy
Be
Smith.
careful of the Roosters, folks. They're on a run.
Well, they're playing the Dolphins on
I'm worried about that game, mate. That's it here at Sun. We'll talk about that on Thursday.
I'll talk about that on Thursday. Right. All right. I was in at Combank Stadium yesterday for a rain-sodden event.
Wow.
But what about your West Tigers? Up and down. And, mate, the worrying thing is for the Dogs. Mate, Adam Dewey, get that man a contract.
Well,
Adam Dewey's
off
contract. Yeah.
Someone sign him.
Benji, Richo, pen to paper. Throw him what he needs. Like, seriously, how good was he?
They served it up to him, the Tigers.
Mate, that was so good.
Mate, there was a lot of spite in this game. Watch this at home.
Lachlan Galvin Cup.
Yeah, I know. And that was a lot of noise around that. But there was 8, we mentioned in the show, 8 former Penrith players. And they were going at each other. Crichton, particularly.
Yeah, I know.
He was fired up.
Yeah, he was. Can I say this now? I've got to talk about Lachlan Galvin. You're a half. What is this fascination with him at the moment? I get the kid can play.
Yeah, well, he's a good
Toby
player.
Sexton, to me, right?
Yeah.
Complements that side way better at the moment. They do not look in any way, like it's just a clunkiness. I find he's slow. Look, and he could become a great footballer.
I think so as well. I don't disagree with you, Dobbo. Right now, it's still teething problems with Galvin.
Well, you don't do this at the back end of a season.
And they're yet to be really challenged in a game. They were a couple of weeks ago where Manly put it on them that 40 minutes and then sort of fell away. But once they get up against, a more cohesive side that can play the footy, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to that, the Bulldogs.
There were some moments there that they probably would like back.
Yeah. But they were out enthused in the first half, mate, by the Tigers. They just came out, and the coach said that, in the presser after the game. He said, we lost that first half and we're well beaten, but the second half they got better. Kurt Mann was very good.
He was huge, mate.
Yeah.
He was
he's an old bushy, isn't he?
Oh, mate, Winton bred.
Yeah.
How good does he go?
He just goes, the harder and the tougher it is, the better he goes.
That's what Ciro was upset about. He was really upset that Kurt Mann came on trying to make a difference. No one went with him. West Tigers have had 8 wins this year.
That's more than they had last year.
Yep.
We've still got 5
They've
rounds.
still got 5 rounds to go. They've got the bye this week. Benji's building something there.
Yeah, I think they are.
He really is. Mate, Dewey went away from him like a couple of times. And, mate, Skelton was very good. I just thought
player.
they are looking much more like
Buller at fullback too made a big difference.
No, he's a good
He's
footballer.
a good athlete. Good
I
footballer.
don't like the weather at the moment in Sydney. It was
I
cold and damp and wet and it rained the whole
Bucketing
time.
down.
Mate, nightmare.
And
well
fans
done.
there as well. They got
Mate, there was 17,000 there. There would have been 25 on a dry track. It was a West Tigers home game. It was good.
And
it was good.
They made it uncomfortable for the half, didn't they?
Oh, my God. They booed him the whole time.
Did
Every
they?
time Galvin. You know what I don't like? We got... And Darcy McDonald.
Were you on the sideline?
Yeah, I was on the sideline. We did sin bin.
You would have got saturated, didn't you?
I had my wet weather jacket with me. I packed.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Righto.
Except I trashed my shoes, my low dunks. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway.
Do you want me to buy you a new pair of shoes?
Please, yeah. Yeah, if you could. Now, what I would say is Darcy McDonald's the media manager at the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Great girl. She comes up, just letting you know, Lachlan Galvin is not to be interviewed, was not allowed to be interviewed post-match. So, mate, if you are a footballer playing NRL, no, that we're keeping him clear of that. So they put a media ban on him. So post-match, could not talk to him. Now,
right. Now, I did see a good moment, and Darcy might be able to find this as well. Luai and Galvin, a bit of a hug and a little bit of a chat. It was all on the Fox cameras.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that was nice. You heard
I don't think there's a lot in that, mate.
what, you reckon it was a bit for the cameras?
No, I think so, mate. I think,
Well, they seem to be natural and high-fiving and just
Well, they
talking.
do that. But, I mean, seriously, like...
You're not into that, eh?
I'm not into that. No, well done, West Tigers. You get the bye. Good on you. Dogs are a worry. We'll know a bit more with the Dogs. The Dogs have got some teething
to be
problems.
fair,
They got Warriors, mate.
All those teams at the top have been a bit shaky at different times. Not shaky. The most consistent one has been the Raiders, and they got rolled on the weekend, but they've been the most consistent.
All right, this team's starting to get some wins together as well. 32 points to 12.
Yeah.
And it was a good one for them.
Talakai and Nikora, the difference coming in.
You
with
said
their
that.
attack.
You said that. But
Yeah.
for the Cowboys,
What's going on up there? Where are they going?
Koh Samui, you're done. You're done. It's over. Their season is done. They've admitted it. Mathematically, cannot make it.
Mathematically can't
make it. They're done.
Yeah, well, they're five. Yeah.
They're done. There's too many other teams playing each other. Results, it just can't happen. They're done. The season's over.
Well, that's disappointing, isn't it?
So
our first Queensland club, two now.
There's two. We've
still got two fighting.
Two fighting for it. But I think they're the biggest disappointment in 2025 for me.
Well, we're going to do a review of all that at the end of the season, but
I don't know what's going on.
They started off
there.
pretty well, though, didn't they? Tom Malolo not being there for a chunk of.
They can say all that in.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
everybody.
mate, it's hard, Dobbo. The NRL's tough.
Oh, well,
mate.
how are the Dolphins going?
Yeah, they're going okay.
Yeah, how many injuries they had?
Yeah, they've had a few.
I mean, let's not make an excuse.
I'm not making excuses.
But
They're
I'm
reason.
just saying they have had a wretched run with injuries.
And I said to you at the start of the year, the Dolphins have got great depth before a ball was kicked.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe the Cowboys' depth isn't as strong as...
Well, there's going to be some questions asked there,
Dolphins.
and they need a review.
Well, Souths are down the bottom too. We know it.
Wayne's getting it sorted.
Great coach.
Wayne's getting it sorted. He's getting that sorted. They never...
Oh, you know what? I liked his presser the other day.
You did? You liked that I didn't ask a question?
No, you were there.
Yeah, it was banned.
You're not allowed
I was
to.
on my band. I was on my
Triple
band.
M.
My
That's
week
why
band.
you didn't ask.
That's why I didn't.
Didn't you have your Channel 9 cap on? Or
Well,
Triple M?
I thought I could have done that.
I see you all the time on Fox. You get in there and you sit your little phone in there. I remember those. Dobbo used to come when I was sitting there. It's always good to see a friendly face.
Well, I was always smiling.
In the media, I got to say.
Yeah.
So, I liked his presser, though, Dobbo. I thought it sent a good message.
Yeah.
Because I have been hanging in there.
Yeah.
Like, really. The match, I did that game last week, up at Gosford when they played against the Sharks. And they were buggered before they ran out, but they had a good crack.
Yeah.
Right,
They've got some good footballers having a go, but they're getting on.
But they might get a few back.
They
So,
got 5 back, they reckon, this week.
this week.
Yeah, for Spoon Bowl. Latrell, they reckon, back.
Right.
So, be nice to see them, not get the wooden spoon. For Wayne, I like that.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
So you want Desi to take it back?
Yep.
with the Titans?
Openly. Newcastle have the bye.
Dobbo.
Newcastle have the bye. Okay, let's have a look at the ladder after 22 weeks. Raiders still on top, 36 points. They've had 16 wins. They're 2 wins clear. They still got a bye in hand. Storm.
So there's
second.
your minor premiers, right?
There's your minor premiers. Storm, 34. They've had 14 wins. Bulldogs 14 wins on 34, and the Warriors on 30 with 12 wins. So your top 3 are set, I think.
Yeah.
Right. It's the Warriors who are 1 point ahead of the Panthers and 2 points ahead of the Broncos. If they lose this week, the Warriors, and the Broncos happen to beat the Storm, and the Panthers lose, Broncos go into the top 4. So that race is on very much so. This game, they play the Bulldogs. So this is where they have to win.
Look, I think it's going to go to the last round, Dobbo, the top 4 and the top 8.
Yeah.
I really think so. It's been one of those years.
Yeah.
Like you just said there, if the Broncos win and a couple of teams lose, they could find themselves in the...
Do you know the Sharks? The Sharks could be in
Sharks?
the top 4. They've got the easiest draw home.
Yeah, but their for and against isn't that great,
Yeah,
is
but,
it?
mate, they've only got one team inside the top 4 that they've got to play.
That doesn't matter. The Tigers beat the Bulldogs on
you're
the
right.
weekend.
You're right.
So there's a lot to happen.
Broncos 6, Sharks 7, Dolphins 8, Roosters 9th. They play each other. Seagulls take on Canberra. If the Seagulls lose this weekend against Canberra,
Ta-da. Well, you got them on the plane too?
Yep, and I think then it's a 9-team for the 8. 9 teams chasing the 8, and the Roosters are the only one.
I think Manly are gone, mate. I think Manly, they'd run home.
Yeah.
The only team outside the 8 that I can see getting in right now are the Roosters.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And who drops out of the 8? I got no idea. Someone's got to drop out for someone to go in.
Well, it won't be the Sharks, so it's either the Dolphins or the Broncos.
Well, it could be the Sharks if they drop a couple of games, Dolphins for and against is worth an extra win. So there, and the Broncos for and against is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be critical, when we get to round 27.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Now, we talked about our Kratzmann Caravan player on the move. That was Sam Walker. We had no luck with our little multi this weekend.
No, well, that's only 20. What's that? 22 or 3 rounds. We haven't got something.
This week we've been so bad. We're going to get Darcy to do it because maybe that might.
Darcy, hang on, Darcy.
I know, Kev. Well, you can't bet.
No, I'm out.
I'm clearly not that great. So we're going to go to the.
But it's hard, Dobbo.
We're going to go to the young degenerate drunk, Darcy.
He
will
celebrated a birthday. His bucks,
he got
wasn't it?
blinded his bucks. Oh, mate, I've seen some footage. You'd have a different opinion if you saw some of this footage, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I don't delve into that under those cupboards.
No, you don't want
under the carpet. I'm
you
not
don't
going
want
in
to.
there.
Hey, Kevie, Limes to Lemons has come up with a great question for you.
Limes to lemons, yeah.
Did Kev watch the Logies?
I did last night.
You did?
I did, yeah. I liked it.
Stop it.
Well, it's just catching up with
what?
Our local Australian television.
Oh, go away.
Sam,
yeah.
What's his name? Sam
Pang.
Pang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't happy with his opening monologue?
I didn't see. I just watched a little bit.
You watched
I
it.
didn't watch the whole show.
Beep, beep.
No.
You're backpedaling now. Okay, well, you watched it. Lachlan Harding, why are Brisbane picking Why are Brisbane picking Smoothie on the bench and why not Jaden Hunt?
Yeah. Well, James Graham was not talking about that so much, but why didn't Smoothie get on the weekend?
Yeah, that was weird.
You know, Pat Carrigan was playing extra minutes. It would have been a good opportunity to spell him a bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
And Smoothie never got on, so I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, you'd have to ask the coach that one.
Yeah, Darty won. Penrith cheats and are the NRL turning a blind eye to them?
Penrith cheats? No, they're not cheats.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And the NRL aren't turning a blind eye. That was just an unfortunate incident on the weekend. But they have, in the past, Dobbo, some of their trainers have done some sneaky things. So I can understand the frustration from fans, but I don't think that was an intentional event, what happened on the weekend.
Crystal May Watterson, will Reece Walsh play for Australia this year?
Oh, well,
very good question.
Good question, yeah. Well, he's in the mix, obviously.
Is he in the conversation?
Yeah, of course he is, yeah. Imagine him on English soil. Woof.
On and off the field.
Getting the ball off the field, nothing, mate. I'll chain him to the hotel. He won't be going anywhere. You know those.
Look out!
You know when you put your pets in little cages.
Yeah.
I got one of those for Reece if he's coming to England.
Okay.
We'll lock him up at night, mate.
Steve Gang, what do you usually say to a team at half time? That's a good question. I would say depending on how they're going would be depending on this.
Right now, this is a great learner for me from Wayne Bennett many years ago. There's two types of speeches that you use at halftime. This is what he said to me. I said, "Oh, really? What are they?" He said, "One when you're in front, and one when you're behind."
Yeah.
I've seen Wayne do so many just wow things at halftime. I think it's really important, one, to identify, and Craig Bellamy is good in this space as well, identify, firstly, what you're not doing so well. It's like the old meat sandwich, you know.
Yeah.
Sandwich. Identify what you're not doing so well, talk about that, and then focus on what you need to do well to start the second half and what you need to do well for the second 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And there'll obviously be some areas where you are doing quite well, so reinforce that, you know, what you are doing well. It's pretty simple, but it's very important at half time that you get your message across nice and loud and clear. I see groups now, teams splitting into groups, which I'm not a fan of, but a lot of teams are doing it. You know, they left side, ruck and middle get together before they have the big team meeting. I feel I'm not a fan of that, but that's not my style of coaching. I feel like you need to be together at halftime. Get around and see your players.
It's a new buzz thing that they all go and get in little groups.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, I like that.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. Each to their own, but I won't be doing that with the Australian side. And it's important that your leaders speak up at halftime as well. And normally you got a leader in the middle, on the edge, and on the other side of the field as well. So leaders play an important role at halftime as well. Their voice and their message is very important too. But the head coach has a big job at halftime. He's got to get it right.
Mirish Kari, I hope I said that right. Love your work, Kev. Who is the best wet weather team in the comp?
That's a good question.
I would say Melbourne could be because of their training, probably that.
Yeah, well, the Warriors have the best ball control, right? Yeah. And they play in a lot of wet weather conditions in New Zealand. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to come back to you on that one. I'll do some research. But it is a good point because if it rains on grand final day, it does change the way you play.
Yeah. Aiden...
I'm going to say, before I do my research, Penrith are the best wet weather football team.
Right, okay.
Because they've got the best kicker and they've got the simple game plan. Go forward.
I'm going to say West Tigers after what I saw yesterday.
They were very good.
Ooh.
Yep.
Now, Brisbane haven't beaten Storm away since 2016.
Yep.
Can Dobbo get another witch to break the curse? Well, I didn't know that stat. I did not know that stat. We did break the curse here with a witch.
Yeah. Well, we nearly broke the curse 2 or 3 times in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean...
You know, we had Renault faceplanting going off with concussion. Don't take me back there. I get angry.
I get the witch out? Eric the Witch did a fantastic job breaking your...
well, you're going to have to get to Amy Park to do that. You can't break the hoodoo here.
Well, this is true. Road trip. Okay.
That's a tougher way. But, hey, all they got to do is go back 2 weeks and watch Manly play the Storm.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what, the Storm,
Yeah, look out.
When they play the Broncos, this is the game they pencil in. They the green highlighter.
Yeah.
Bang,
Bang.
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 I know that because I used to work at the Storm.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that one. There are our questions for Kev. A lot of the other ones related to what we talked about earlier with the penalty and the trainer. We're not getting into that.
Yep.
We've already discussed that, but we appreciate you. Now, listen, Wednesday, big guest. Big guest. When you want to talk Broncos, he was a fan favourite. He was a Queensland favourite. He was an Australian favourite. We got a big one on Wednesday. Our preview will be out on Thursday. Keep our questions coming. And we will be having Root Tours starting very shortly as well in the lead up to the Kangaroo Tours. We're going to have some special little things. But if you'd like to see a Kangaroo player or a former Kangaroos player that's a Queenslander, drop us a line. Go to all our social networks and all for Kratzmann's Caravan.
Yeah. I'll tell you the big one we need is Gordon Tallis, former Australian captain.
What is going on?
He's coming on. Well, he's in Sydney a lot of the time, Dobbo. We've got to get the timing right with Big Gordy, but we've got to get him on before.
Yeah, I'll work with him. Do we have to? Seriously. We love you, mate. Hey, that's it from us here on a Monday. Enjoy your week. Wednesday, big guest. Thursday, preview. Looking forward to it. See you later.